for his singles. And that woman, of course, doesn't need too much introduction if you watch and pay attention to tennis. She is the world #1, Iga Świątek, representing Poland. Played beautifully yesterday, and the other end. The tall man is Hubert Hurkacz, which is Poland's #1 singles player, and their highest ranked player ever reached a career high of #9. This is a look at a couple of the outside courts here that also are covered. Plenty of spectators have been frequenting Pat Rafter Arena and the surrounding courts this week, watching the players practice and train in readiness to bring their A games to centre court. And that is the man himself, after which this stadium is named, former Queenslander Pat Rafter, born in Mount Isa, in fact, lived on the Sunshine Coast for a while. Very popular man all around the world, certainly here in Queensland. My name's Jeff Masters. Josh Eagle sitting next to me. Colin Fleming will be courtside a little bit later. Fabulous to see some of these young people here, Josh, as well. Just a little problem with Josh's headset at the moment. He's getting organised.
Very good afternoon to you too, Jeff. It's all happening up here in the commentary box, as per usual. Yes, look, it's an important tie, this one, because I believe the winner of Poland or Switzerland likely to come out of this group. So it's a battle royale between these two very tough teams, and it's important, really. Every single match will count. It'll come down to a count-back, I suspect. So Team Poland, they need to be at their very best and look to try and roll through and dominate. But it's not easy because you've got Bublik in action, who is their team captain for Kazakhstan. He's a very capable player. He played well the other night against Stan Wawrinka, and he's played a match. He's got that under the belt. So I think he's going to be right there or thereabouts in this first match against Hubert Hurkacz.
Yeah, it promises some fireworks. Both big men, around 6'5", tall, almost 200 centimetres. They serve big, and this court, as we've mentioned a few times here over the last few days, is relatively quick. The conditions, the balls are lively, and it's warm, 26, 27 degrees, and all that adds towards some real fire as far as the court's concerned, and the speed with which the ball is coming through the court. Always good to see spectators wearing some paraphernalia to support their respective countries. That's what the United Cup really is all about, an opportunity for these professional players that play almost for themselves most of the year. Now they've got a chance to come together, represent their country, and men and women together, of course. So we're about to see these men and women from their respective countries take the court.
Please give a warm welcome to our first team, representing Kazakhstan, Grigory Lomakin. Kozul Ainadinova. Denis Yevseyev. Zabek Kulambayeva. Timothy Skatov. Yulia Putintseva. And our playing captain, Alexander Bublik. And their opponents for tonight's session, representing Poland. Give it up for our non-playing captain, Agnieszka Rafalska. Non-playing captain, David Selt. Lukasz Kubot. Alicja Rosowska. Kaspar Juk. Veronika Falkowska. Daniel Michalski. Magda Lynette. Hubert Hurkacz. And Iga Świątek, world #1. If you are able, please be upstanding for the national anthems of Kazakhstan and Poland.
Fabulous moment, isn't it, in any sport if national anthems are played prior to the commencement of play, and it's always that solemnity as players just feel the responsibility of representing their country, and it's a little onerous for some, and others swim through it.
I think it's particularly special in tennis because most weeks on the tour you're playing for yourself, and this would never happen in the national anthem, whereas other sports, they represent their nation more often throughout the course of the year. So that's what's the beauty of the United Cup, this teams event, the emotions, just the unity that we're seeing with these teams. But that's a very special moment there, with any time your national anthem is played, and it gets the emotions up, and a lot to play for. And this is wonderful here from Team Poland.
Yeah, they've been very tightly knit, it seems, all tournament. They've been here early. They've been out together, certainly seeing sights of Brisbane in a shared situation, and just enjoying camaraderie and getting to know each other even better perhaps than they already did, and that all forms a better team working relationship and more harmony. And of course they've got the benefit of having the experience of Agnieszka Radwanska, what a player she was. She's giving and leading her expertise, lending her expertise, I should say, to her teammates.
Yeah, world number 2, former world number 2, Wimbledon finalist, had a wonderful career. Agnieszka Radwanska just only really recently retired, and as a young child, her husband David is a non-playing captain as well.
Family affair. So two big men about to make their way to the net for the coin toss, and they are big men.
Special guest.
Hi, I'm Alex.
This is Rion.
Nice to meet you, Ria.
Special guests.
Hey.
He's 9.
How are you? He's 9. I wouldn't believe that.
9, yeah.
Minimum 14.
Yeah, okay, gentlemen, just a couple of things you already know. 25 seconds between points. Watch the shot clocks, and that's about it. If you need anything, let me know. ATP is heads, tails.
ATP, please.
Okay, Rion, big coin toss. ATP, and you win.
Serve, please.
Okay, serving, stay, quick photo.
You're no way.
Chair umpire Fergus Murphy from Ireland is rather dwarfed. These two very
Thank you,
tall
gentlemen.
players.
All right, thanks, Rion.
Just
Well
under
done.
200 centimetres
Good boy.
of height.
Enjoy your party.
And, Fergus Murphy, a very experienced chair umpire from Dublin. So, Josh, given the size and the way these two guys serve, we could be in for a couple of 2 or 3 very tight sets, big serving.
Yeah, I'm expecting that. There won't be a ton of breaks today. Both guys are right up in the top echelon of servers in our sport. There's no doubt about it. And very capable from the baseline. This man, Alexander Bublik, probably doesn't get a lot of credit for how well he hits the ball from the baseline. We know to expect the unexpected. He likes to play different. He's outside the box in terms of drop shots, serving between the legs. But when you break it down, his ground strokes are very solid.
And look, he hasn't played too far outside the box in this tournament, has he? Because he is playing for his country. So we'll expect something a little bit more complete from him, perhaps, as we have a closer look at him. He's just 25 years of age, 6'5", 196 centimetres, currently ranked 37, being as high as number 30. One title, that was in Montpellier last year, indoors on a hard court similar to this. And it was a runner-up in the French Open doubles 2021 with Gulyabev, which was a fine result as well.
I think he's still on the up. There's no doubt about it. He's just 25 years of age, and an event like this just may help him. He's been the leader and shown probably some maturity, which I think will help him in the long run with his game.
Yeah, agreed. This man, Hubert Hurkacz as well, just a very tall man, big game, born in Wrocław, Poland. Also 25 years of age, 6'5", 196 centimetres, ranked 10, as high as number 9. That was in November of 2021. Has 5 career titles. Just one coming in 2022. That was at Halle on grass. He's been a semi-finalist at Wimbledon in 2021. That's where he beat Federer in what was Federer's last singles match. So he'll be remembered for lots of things, and probably that will
2
be one of his
minutes.
standout memories as well.
Yeah, can play the game, there's no doubt about it. And I think this surface right here is a surface which really is perfect for Hurkacz. It's lively, it's quick. Not only does he serve huge, but he's got great timing from the baseline. He's a very strong returner of the ball, strong all-court player. Hard court is where he has most of his success, and I think the speed of this court and these conditions should really bode well for a great match for both players.
Healthy crowd in here this evening, as there has been all week. It's been terrific to see the local community pretty much embrace this format. They're excited about what this innovative event brings to the table. Chance for the men and women to play together. Of course, there's 2 men's singles, 2 women's singles, and a mixed doubles is the format for each tie.
1 minute.
Hurkacz leads the head-to-head 3-1. And it's not altogether surprising.
No, he's probably just a little more solid in everything he does. Similar game styles, a little probably more, what we would probably, terminology would be professional when he plays his matches. But Bublik has shown us a lot of good stuff this week. I thought he played very well against Wawrinka. That was, for me, one of the matches of the event so far.
Yeah, just one service break in that match, and it went the way of Wawrinka. Quality match, terrific to see Wawrinka back playing. He's been out with injuries, but he's very much a part of this event here in Brisbane as well.
Kazakhstan won the toss and chose to serve.
I'm expecting Hurkacz to serve a little into the forehand, or a fair bit into the forehand of Bublik, I think.
End of warm-up.
An attack into the forehand side with the speed of this court. I just think with his serve and the purchase he gets off the court, that's how he will play.
He averages over 13 aces a match, does Hubert Hurkacz. So that's plenty of free points. It's difficult for an opponent to get into his service games. That puts pressure on your own service game as well. So they're just about good to go here. Had a nice warm-up.
Take your seats quickly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, seats please. First set. Alexander Bublik to serve for Team Kazakhstan. Ready? Play. Oh. 15 love. Out. 30 love.
Just indicative again of how lively things are here. The ball just floating along, and that's been rather common from a lot of players this week. They're having a bit of difficulty keeping the ball inside the confines of the court.
Oh. 40-15. Let. First serve. Game, Team Kazakhstan.
Well, good start for Team Kazakhstan. Some good serving and backing it up. First game.
First game.
Colin Fleming, courtside. Colin, good to have you with us again. Looking forward to this match. No doubt you are too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful evening for tennis. What are we, 26, 27 degrees maybe? Not as humid as it's been in previous days. And well, as you guys have rightly said, two big guys here, and with the roof, it doesn't really get too, blustery or windy either. I think it's we're set for some big, powerful tennis here, and I think the breaks could be few and far between. Slightly cagey start there from Hurkacz, playing his first match. Bublik's played one already, of course. That might play a factor in this opening set, but as you say, should be a really entertaining match.
When predictor is leaning rather heavily towards Hurkacz, and he's certainly the more credentialed player, but that can change as the match progresses if Bublik
Hubert Hurkacz
can bring his A game and
for Team
get his
Poland.
nose in front at any stage.
Fifteen love.
.213 kilometers an hour, and he's not fully warmed up yet either, so it's an indication of just what he does bring to the table as far as his serve is concerned. Beautiful. As Colin mentioned, perhaps has the advantage of playing one match earlier.
30-15.
Timing might be a little sweeter as a result.
Yeah, redirects beautifully here. This is not an easy shot. Changing direction is always the harder shot. Over the high part of the net there, that was perfectly struck.
$40-15.
Quality second serve, 181 kilometers an hour and deep, and Bublik just a little late with his contact, so 1-1.
Yeah, really evident there, just the quality of the Hurkacz serve. The first serve, obviously, north of 200 kilometers an hour into the corners, but the second, big pace, and it's really jumping off this court. It's a tall order to break Hurkacz in these type of conditions.
Let. First serve.
He's made it, I think.
He's got a classy backhand, there's no doubt about it. It's a beautiful, technically sound backhand. Have a look at how simple this is, even when he's under extreme pressure on end range. Just gets the racket head firing, just gets it on the outside of the line though, but gets the redirects the racket where he wants the ball to go. I think there's an upside for Bublik if he can just learn to finish a little more at the net. And we saw it sparingly when he played against Stan Wawrinka, where he was pushing forward.
Good start, sort of starts on serve we expected. 2-1. The Sea of Brisbane after dark as well. Plenty of nightlife in Brisbane after dark. You can get out onto the big wheel. The Story Bridge there is illuminated. Got the Howard Smith Wharves just below the Story Bridge. Very popular dining out destination.
It was pumping there last night. I walked past there, packed.
I'm sure you probably stopped in, did you? Maybe not.
It was too busy. I couldn't get in.
And of course the wheel there, as alluded to a little earlier. It's a lot happening around the river. And this Pat Rafter Arena is in a suburb aptly called Tennyson, which is probably only 5 or 6 kilometres from the centre of town. So easily accessible by public transport or train. And, plenty of people have taken that option. Good crowd in here this evening.
Yeah, such a well-designed stadium to watch tennis. Every seat you have in this venue, it's easy to watch and it's intimate. The sounds, the acoustics.
Simple backhand as well, isn't it? Just leans on the ball.
15 love.
Yes, it's smooth. Doesn't break down. This won't break down under pressure. You can repeat that all day long.
Let first serve.
Interesting return of serve position there from Bublik, electing to be right up on the baseline, giving Hurkacz perhaps a different look. Again here, he's up tight to receive the serve.
.30-15.
So Craig Boynton at the left of screen, the private coach of Hubert Hurkacz. He's been around a good while. He's worked with some people, had some good successes.
40-15.
It's quick. And of course, the success of a good server is that the serve's not picked. Can't read it. And again, Bublik not reading that, he was leading the wrong direction, so 4 service games have come and gone rather quickly.
Hey, let me hear you out there.
Yeah, Craig and Hurkacz, it's an unusual combination. Craig very much an American, has coached mainly American players, Marty Fish, John Isner, Sam Query. Similar style players, but Craig's a very experienced man. He's been around a good 25 years. but just the nationalities and been coaching Hurkacz since 2019, and boy, has he taken him to the next level. It's been a great partnership. Very upbeat, outwardly positive guy, which I think Hurkacz is not that. So tries to
Oh, sensational. We saw a bit of everything in that rally. You can coach Boynton like that. Why not?
It's one of the shots of the event.
39.
They must have just got the outside of the line.
That was it. Wow. Back spinner, side spinner, and even his opponent said, too good. That's a ripper.
Yeah, it's interesting, guys. Hurkacz, obviously a top 10 player, but he's quite more of an introverted kind of character, and does seem to have a bit of self-doubt at times. You see him looking over there after the return, and Boynton's noticeably really, sort of encouraging him tonight, trying to gee him up from the bench, keep him positive.
Well, both men again just getting through their service games easily. On serve, Kazakhstan 3-2. So we've seen Brisbane nightlife. Now here's a good look at the outdoors, the Brisbane Valley Rail Trail. It's 161 kilometres of disused rail corridor that's been opened up to walkers, and bikers and horse riders, and beautiful, typical outback Australian scenery. Lots of beautiful walking trails. Dozens of national parks, so close to Brisbane City itself, so you can have many different experiences in this Queensland capital.
Both players know there would be few chances in matches like this. There's few and far between. They're trying to make the most of an opportunity when it does arise.
Well, neither player's lost a point when their first serve's gone into play. So that's how effective the serves have been thus far. So plenty of support here for Poland, and just a reminder that this tie is sitting at 1 rubber apiece. There are 5 rubbers to be played, 3 more this evening, so it's obviously a pivotal match, this one. Josh, it looks like his strategy, Bublik, is to stay up on the baseline tight and get the return back before Hurkacz has time to set himself up properly for a second shot.
Yeah, it does. It's I don't mind this tactic. I think he's trying to catch the eye of the server as well. I don't think he'll stay up there the entirety of this match. I think he'll move around his return stance.
It's just unplayable. 221 kilometres an hour. We served plenty of them last year. 827 aces he brought to the table in 2022. It's a lot of free points.
Team Poland.
Yeah, it's really apparent courtside. You know, Bublik, he has a very good serve, but Hurkacz, it's just another level. It's a great serve, first and second. And well, we saw in Bublik's first match with Wawrinka, he was playing some good tennis, but as the sets develop and things get a little tighter, that's where just sometimes the second serve can become interesting. So we'll watch out for that, maybe being a factor again tonight.
And Colin, is it the variation or the different spins that he can create on the serve that makes it even better than Bublik's?
It's just very apparent that he's able to get more spins, more trajectory, you know, create bigger angles. He's got a little bit more pace. And I think the second is the big sort of point of difference between the two.
Well, that's the sort of shot that he's prone to play, and it's sometimes, well, more often than not, it's his Achilles heel. He's behind the baseline. It's love 15. He's trying a high-risk shot, just almost mentally bailing out of the point. So he's dug a little hole for himself here, Bublik.
You'd pay a lot of money for a good serve like that. Maybe $2 million a year. I mean, it is such an advantage, isn't it? It just keeps you in matches. Both guys we know have got rocket serves. Even if you're not feeling it or playing great from the baseline, just they're so technically sound on serve that just keeps you in matches until you find your form.
Yeah, he served 715 aces himself last year, so not too far shy of what Hurkacz delivered. So again, there's a lot of free points to keep you in a match. And that's a huge second serve that Hurkacz has got some serious questions about. He felt it was long.
Yeah.
It's certainly high risk. Jeff, I'd be interested to hear the stats for total number of double faults for these two players last season. I reckon there'd be a fair difference there.
Coming your way. Brilliant serving. We'll go to those double false stats shortly, but meanwhile, excellent effort from Bublik from love 30. Finds the answers. 4-3 he leads.
New balls, please.
Summertime in Brisbane, and we are, of course, in the Southern Hemisphere, and we're full on into summer at the moment. There's a couple of rooftop pools that look rather inviting, and as we know by now, it is known as the River City. So there's plenty of other ways of enjoying the river other than from high vantage points. You can have a meal beside the river. You can go down to South Bank. If you work in the centre of town, you can take a swim in the South Bank swimming pool. Some lovely vistas as well. Got the Story Bridge, which is rather an iconic structure in the city of Brisbane. You've got to be careful if you're a ball kid. Evasive action required, and I don't blame him. 214 k's an hour, rocket coming your way. You want to take evasive action.
Just a reminder, if you want to see your face on the big screen, all you have to do is snap a selfie, be a few minutes around.
Balls in play.
You can get the call.
So I expect more aces from both players.
Bublik certainly changed his return of serve position.
Good awareness, wasn't it, when he saw that Bublik was basically on the back fence to return. No other play but to serve volley. Just any volley will win that point.
Can't get much further back.
Wow, look how far back he is.
Colin, you asked about the respective double faults. Bublik last year served 363 double faults as opposed to Hurkacz only 101. So you correctly point out that the Hurkacz second serve is much more reliable and consistent. And often you're only as good as your second serve, and he's proven to be a very good player, Hurkacz.
Yeah, it was interesting there with the return position of Bublik. Craig Boynton, Hurkacz's coach, just shouting on, just hit your spots. Obviously encouraging him to, use the angles. Although Bublik back up on the baseline now.
Game, team Poland.
Not for the first time in his career has Hurkacz moved through his service game very, very swiftly.
Work to get to 50-50. Here we go.
How much would you pay for that serve, Josh?
2 million.
Oh, so you're rating them the same?
Well,
you're not picky.
I'd pay 2 million for it. Well, doesn't matter. These guys are going to bank over $10 million each easily in prize money very quickly in their careers. So, I mean, it's the most important shot in our sport. The serve, it's so crucial.
Study love.
It certainly helps when you're 196 centimeters or 6'5" tall. It makes it easier.
Left, first serve. Oh. 30-15. 40-15.
Here we go.
Game, Team Kazakhstan.
Well, very much heading towards the business end of this first set. Neither player showing any blemishes at all on their service games. Team Kazakhstan, 5-4. Hurkacz's demeanour, being a little bit introverted, I think was the term that Colin used, and his quote was that he hopes that his peers consider him thoughtful and kind to others. He's fiercely competitive and passionate about his tennis, but never a sore loser.
He's one of the most popular players on tour, really. He's a lovely guy, regarded as a good guy as well. And sitting next to him, mate, Agnieszka Radwanska did a lot for Polish tennis. It's great to see Radwanska around, still heavily involved in the sport. And it's in a strong position, Polish tennis. You've got Igor Świątek, world #1, Hurkacz, number 10 in the world. Radwanska recently retired. So it's a huge sport in Poland. It really is. When I was part of the Australian Davis Cup team, we played in Poland. It was absolutely pumping. They're rock stars there in Poland, that's for sure.
So plenty of support for Poland here in Brisbane, as well as so many other places around the world.
All right, look how far Bublik stands back this time to return.
Yeah, he's been mixing it up.
15 now.
I mean, the further you stay back, the angle then opens up. Makes it harder to cover. Yeah, it'll get to a point where he's going to have to guess, or both players, on return.
Josh will get to a point where he needs a ticket to get back in this arena. He's as far back as anyone I've ever seen, and you just got to think he's given away too much angle from that far back, surely.
I mean, he's like literally in the front row.
Yeah, and that's what happens, as Colin was suggesting. The angles that are available now are supreme.
Game, Team Poland.
Well, we surmised prior to this match that there'll be very few breaks, and every likelihood that we may head towards a tie break, and it's looking very much like that at the moment. 51 seconds duration for that last service game of Hurkacz.
Yeah, right from the get-go, though, Hurkacz from the baseline's just, he's looked slightly off. Not sure what the unforced error count is, but it feels fairly high. Usually pretty solid from the baseline.
30 love.
They're both modest, only 5 unforced errors from the racket of Bublik, 8 from Hurkacz.
I would argue eight feels, I mean, we've not had that many baseline points, have we? A lot of serve and return going on. Overall, I just feel he can be better from the baseline. He's got levels and gears to go through, Hurkacz, once he finds his form.
30-15.
And that was nice stuff there.
40-15.
Oh, wow. He expected to be passed. He had a second chance with the net cord and forgot to switch back on. Bublik. And Team Kazakhstan, 6-5.
Team Kazakhstan leads 6 games to 5.
Little improvisation, the highest order. Let's have a look at this ball. That was, boy, if it touched the line, it was barely. We've got live electronic scoring here, so there's no lines people. That was 99.9% out. So that needs to
100% in.
correct, yeah. It's a fabulous shot. That's, as far as his improvisation, it shows the skill level of this man. Sometimes he overuses the skill that he's got by coming up, trying to invent shots that are just percentage-wise too low. It gets him into trouble.
He seems to thrive on playing an exciting, thrilling point like that. That's what almost is what energises Bublik. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here, and I just feel that one little slip up will be the difference here. Or one flash of brilliance.
Five, 6.
love. All.
Chance right here, 15-30. That's what I guess Collins sort of alluding to. That's a loose backhand for Hurkacz. I think the feet maybe not quite as sharp as they need to be.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The feet haven't moved in the last 2 hours, really, and he's just not accelerating on the ball. It just looks a little timid from the baseline. The confidence isn't quite there.
So this serve out wide is such a weapon. That
yeah, there's nothing timid about that, is there?
That's just unreturnable.
Second serve getting up so high, even on an opponent that is a tall man.
40-30.
have a look how high that gets above his head, and that was what made it so difficult.
You have to get a short return, don't you, after that? It's...
Team Poland.
Well, neither player have been able to achieve a break point opportunity, so it's appropriate that we go to the tie break. And their records, interestingly, aren't that flash in tie breaks. Bublik's record overall is 45 won, 45 lost. Hurkacz, he's in the negative, 64 won, 68 lost.
That's amazing.
That is extraordinary.
Typically, a tiebreak will favour the big server because they'll get free points. That was a little bit tight, a bit tentative on the forehand. It's probably under pressure the side that will break down from Hurkacz. Leaning on the backhand, but just decelerating through that forehand.
Technically, very sound backhand volley from Hurkacz.
Yeah, I think this is a part of his game that he's improved a lot under Coach Craig Boynton. That's brilliant. That's really textbook, isn't it? Gets it right out in front. Not a big swing. Just strong with the grip. Awesome.
And a 223 kilometre an hour first serve is his quickest. So he's pumped.
2-1, Team Poland.
Great stuff, great stuff. Come on, here we go.
Colin, is it just encouragement you're hearing down there from Coach Craig Boynton for Hurkacz, or is there any technical or tactical advice?
No, it's very much just encouragement, trying to keep him positive, trying to keep him energized. The whole Team Poland actually encouraging in that vein.
First serve.
Well, it was a terrific second serve, jamming up his opponent, whose return was certainly not out of the middle. But the end result, it was a difficult shot for Bublik, so it may just be the turning point.
Team Poland.
Sort of disappointed with that last forehand effort. Bublik just didn't time it well. And
She didn't miss by much.
no. 3 hills, in fact. Got a family who's been invested in sport. His mother was a Polish junior champ. His uncles played tennis. Grandfather was an international volleyball player. I'm talking about Hurkacz now. So a mini break with one more service point to come. And that's just too big. It's just so hard to see it, to react to it, get your racket to a position you can control the ball.
I just wonder how much the respective coaches would be looking at Hawkeye data and
5-3, Team Poland.
favourite serves and in big moments, just to try and encourage their players to cover that serve, patterns of serve.
5-4.
Haven't noticed much, certainly during the match, Josh, so far.
Team
As I say, from Craig Boynton, it's been mainly encouragement rather than any kind of heavy tactical advice. But it is there for them in the team zones. They've got all the stats they need.
16 aces been hit in this first set so far. 9 from Hurkacz and 7 from Bublik.
6-4.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're standing there, you're not going to return that serve, but it's more about just trying, as a great returner, just trying to cover their best serves and make them hit their least favourite serves.
Set points for Team Poland. Oh, a pressure point, and Bublik up to the challenge.
6-5, Team Poland.
Just didn't do enough on this second one. Right there, unfortunate. But a great pass, wasn't it? Just beautiful.
Still a set point. Snuffed out very, very quickly.
Six all.
Well, the serving's been outstanding throughout the set, but it's gone even to another level in the tiebreak.
You can say conditions are perfect, really, aren't they, though? This is the ultimate. You know, it doesn't get any better. You're undercover. There's no wind, no sun. Let's just throw up and absolutely go for your target.
Great, please.
Oh, goodness me. I mean, that's just bizarre. He went for a second serve faster than the first. No spin, no safety.
It nearly hit the baseline.
It missed by meters. Well, Colin mentioned it. a little earlier, the second serve from time to time has been fragile of Bublik, and it may cost him right here. Set point now again for Hurkacz on his own serve. Oh, goodness.
There's a couple of big chances on the set points. He had the volley at 6-4. It looked like he mishit that one, and he just has a tendency to kind of pull up and out of the forehand at times. Just flew long on him there.
Team 221 Ks now, just 2 kilometres shy of his quickest. Set point for the 4th time. Well, there goes the ball out of the stadium. That will be a code violation.
9-8. Team Poland, code violation. Ball abuse, warning, Team Kazakhstan.
Did exceptionally well, though, didn't he, Hurkacz, to stay alive, and it forced Bublik to go for more of an angle than he wanted. Frustration emanating, so set point again, this time on Hurkacz's serve. Not this time, and the frustration apparent. The racket goes flying, and the set goes the way of Hurkacz and Team Poland. 10 points to 8 in the tiebreak. Well, that was tension that had been built up from the very first point. The big serving. We got to the tie-break. All became just a bridge too far for Bublik.
Gee, extreme frustration. That first one, he nailed that. He actually didn't nail it as well as he would have liked to. We'll get back to that, but that similar first serve percentage and first serve points won. Of course, when that serve goes in from either of these two guys, they're going to win nearly every point. It was maybe a few too many unforced errors from the baseline from Hurkacz at 13, but it was really only decided by 1 or 2 points, and we saw that in the tiebreak and the decision making there, just probably letting Alexander Bublik down a fraction.
Well, that second serve that he attempted was outrageous, far too aggressive. Let's have a look at all of these highlights from set number 1. Bublik, as we noticed, changed his serve return position regularly. That's a pretty good strategy. Give the server a different look. This was at the end of the tie break, and just that drop shot to bring his opponent in was not the right choice, and that's the emotional energy and disappointment flowing from Bublik. 2-minute first set. We expected a clash of a couple of heavyweights, and we certainly got that. Some heavyweight serving. Very few chances.
Yeah, it was extraordinary serving from, I thought, particularly from Hurkacz when it mattered.
Seats quickly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, take your seats, please. Second set. Team Poland to serve.
It looks as if he's calmed down now. He's released the emotion, ready to refocus. So good signs for Team Kazakhstan in that regard.
Yeah, he gave the umpire, Fergus Murphy, a little tap on the foot as he came out for the second set. I think maybe that was a thank you for not giving a point penalty. Got the code violation for hitting the ball. Could easily got another one for the racket throw. But I can understand the frustration because, you know, we saw it against Wawrinka, and you know, if you watch Bublik throughout the course of his career, it happens time and time again where he's got the level to compete with these top players, you know, Hurkacz in the top 10, but just his mentality in the key moments lets him down. That's got to be frustrating, you know, when it continues to kind of cost him in the big moment.
Yeah, the mentality, and I'm sure you're referring to his decision-making at that time as well. It's almost as if he needs to bail out of it. He doesn't want to maintain that intensity in that really intense moment. Well, he's done well here. He's given himself a break point, the first of the match, in fact, for either player.
Let first serve.
You're absolutely right, Jeff. When I say that, you know, the mentality costing him, it manifests itself in the decision making. You know, going for the big second serve and the double fault, the missed volley, even the drop shot on the set point. But for me, it starts with the anxiety, the tension in the big moment. He's a player that sometimes looks like he's disinterested, but I don't think that's the case. I think he wants to win really badly, and he gets tight.
Got to be careful approaching into that forehand side down the line.
Team Kazakhstan.
This is a heck of a pass, there's no doubt, but this has to be almost a clean win of that approach if you're going to do that. Because not only can they go back down the line, they can easily roll that cross court as well.
Second opportunity to break in this first game of the second set.
Deuce.
Saved by the serve once again. I mean, it seems obvious has another break point here, Colin, but how does he deal with that anxiety, and how do you improve on that?
I think the first stage is accepting it, isn't it? You know, recognizing that it's something he needs to work on and improve. And to be fair to him, you know, the start of this new season, he has been pretty switched on and level-headed. Something he's just got to work at, you know, match in, match out, chance here. I think he's recognizing as well that every player feels it. You know, Hurkacz, the first 2 set points, he mishit the volley, he missed the short forehand. You know, he was feeling it as well, but just that extra ability he seems to have to be able to just brush that off, calm himself, and come into the next point, you know, with a clear mind. Whereas Bublik just things seem to get awfully quick for him and rush away from him in some of the big moments.
Becoming an important game, a long game. Can't find his first serve in this opening game, Hurkacz.
No, his serve accuracy was a feature of that first set. He was serving so accurately.
Advantage Team Kazakhstan.
It's the third break point of this game. And he's done a really good job, Bublik. He made a good return of serve. His focus was complete and he's been rewarded. Opening game of the second set.
Yeah, a dip in concentration, I think. Just a little flat spot there. Hurkacz found himself in, couldn't work through it, and great effort mentally from Bublik, I think. And disappointing for this man who served so brilliantly in that first set, and to drop serve early in this set, it's going to be a struggle.
Seats quickly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, play continues. Let second serve. Love 15.
Well, it's a good strike back here. Love 30, a real chance for Hurkacz. He's a great athlete. He's strong overhead, difficult to get a lob over the big man.
15-30.
Yeah, not only is he big, but that was textbook movement back to the overhead, wasn't it? Seriously impressive.
Yeah, we talk about the serve or his unusual game style, but I think he's a wonderful athlete. His movement's exceptional.
Oh, he's missed it. Can you believe it?
30 all.
The forehand court was wide open. I'm not sure why he elected to go back to the backhand corner.
Just anywhere in the court wins his point.
Why would he go back there? Extraordinary. What an opportunity missed.
Out. 30-40.
Moving dangerously.
Well, I guess at least he was in a better court position. He was inside the baseline, but gee, to try and get that sort of touch and feel when you're down a break point, it takes some courage as well as touch and feel. That's a good roll.
And moves forward, goes out after it, almost goes through it. It's a great part of his game that we don't see enough of.
Very secure overhead. I watched him just prior to this match starting on the practice court, and he had one of his teammates hitting up at least 35 lobs for him to practice smashes like this.
Advantage Team Kazakhstan.
It's a second serve you hit when you're not having a second serve.
Deuce.
Just a little flat here. Trying to work his way through it. Trying to desperately hold on to the break he worked so hard to get.
Oh, he read it, Hurkacz. He was on his way in advance and almost had too many choices.
Advantage Team Kazakhstan.
This is a difference. The way that Hurkacz has handled the short ball or the drop shot in comparison to how Wawrinka did the other day. That's the difference between 10 in the world and a potential Grand Slam champion.
Oh, it's in, I think. Yes, he had it covered and chose to believe it was going long.
Deuce.
Yeah, ball we know has been flying all week, but any doubt you got to try and take it.
Left. First serve.
Yeah. The bigger the moment, the more he's just going for it.
Well, that was a 213km/h second serve.
It's incredible.
With very little shape on the ball, a little spin.
Deuce.
He was thinking and hoping the return was going long. Well, that was a terrific lob, though, wasn't it? Very high, very deep.
Yeah, he had to take
very
out,
difficult.
Had to take out the air, Jeff. It was going to land in. Land maybe a foot inside the baseline, but tough one to take out the air, especially under the lights.
It just didn't get back enough. Didn't get behind it.
Well, that's a really good effort from Bublik, having been emotionally distraught at the end of the first set. And now he's turned it around to love in the second.
2 games to love.
He's looked very tense, I would say, tonight, Hurkacz. I know he's a set to the good, but even the first set, I think he can play a lot better. And I just wonder, you know, Poland, Team Poland here, they're one of a few teams, 2 top 10 players. Of course, they got Swiatek, world #1 in women's. Does that put a bit of pressure on Hurkacz? Interested to hear what you guys think. Doesn't want to be the player, perhaps, that messes things up. Or, you know, Swiatek looks so good in her win. This is an uncomfortable match for Hurkacz here.
30-15.
He's lost control of his emotions here.
Yeah, I think it's the matchup. You know, he doesn't get much rhythm. He doesn't really feel like he's possibly playing that well because there's no rhythm. You don't often see him get so upset in a match like we're seeing right now.
Yeah, his coach Craig Boynton was telling him to slow down, and hey, recognizing that he's running a little hot under the collar here.
Team Poland.
Well, things have been heating up here rather nicely. It's quite a battle.
Kazakhstan leads 2 games to 1.
2-1, second set. Team Kazakhstan. So some of the wildlife that you can access in the environs of Brisbane. You go out to the scenic rim, or you can go to Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary. And, right through autumn, through spring, from Coolangatta, which is on the southern end of Queensland, right up to the northern tip. You see lots of whales migrating. Of course, wherever you go, you can find plenty of kangaroos and wallabies. Anywhere it's not over-inhabited. So plenty of wildlife to be seen, and close proximity to Brisbane. It's a fascinating contest, isn't it? That was full of heavy serving. Certainly in the first set, the tiebreaker got rather mesmerising, with those players having opportunities. The first 2 games of this second set, very protracted in length, passion, loving it.
Yeah, that's the way you've got to earn your money as a coach, though, as well. You've got to try and get the player to reset.
So we're sure you're enjoying this at home as well, as we are so privileged to be here on site watching these 2 champion athletes battle it out head-to-head for their respective countries, and they are giving it their all. Serving with new balls, Bublik, and they're coming through even that little bit more quickly.
Sorry, love.
Oh.
30,
I'm really
15.
surprised we haven't seen the underarm serve. You do see it, really regularly from Bublik on the tour, particularly when Hurkacz is standing deep in the court. I thought we may have seen that.
40-15.
I suppose you don't need it when you can serve aces just like that.
Oh.
10,
He'll be disappointed with a couple of forehands in that game, Hurkacz. The unforced error count is really getting up there. 24 unforced errors for the match from Hurkacz. 15 from his opponent.
Love 15.
Doing a much better job, isn't he, Bublik, of making the returns of serve. He's elected to stay up closer. He's taking a very short backswing on the returns and getting so many back into play.
Yeah, he's great on. He defends well out of his backhand corner. I can't recall a time I've seen Hurkacz so upset with himself. And that happens, doesn't it? You can see it means a lot to be representing his country here. But he's all over the shop.
Iga Swiatek, middle of screen, of course, world number 1. Sitting there in the team zone.
Yeah, there's no stress from Swiatek. She's in great form.
Yeah, you're right, though, Josh. He's kind of really dejected character. It doesn't look like the guy that's a set-up, does he?
No, and it's so unusual. Like I don't see this behaviour on the regular tour matches when he's not playing for Poland week in, week out. He's normally very good.
Oh, unfortunate there.
40-30.
Just wide. Team Kazakhstan, though, still with a break in this second set, 3-2. So we've had a look at plenty of sites around Brisbane. This is the city of Gold Coast, which is an hour south of Brisbane. It's a major surfing reserve, but lots of theme parks, of course, there. You go to SeaWorld, Movie World, Dream World. And of course, lots of playful sea life.
Must be a decent place to live, Jeff. Could be worse spots.
I enjoy it.
Oh, why wouldn't you? It's exceptional at the Gold Coast. Stretches real. The beaches are just so long.
Yeah.
The coastline there just doesn't stop.
In Poland, the bench is relaxed. They want to transfer some of that relaxation perhaps to their man at the moment. Hurkacz has been a little emotionally stressed. He's disappointed with his form. He's disappointed with the scoreboard pressure at the moment.
I think this change of ends playing more strong. Hard, he's tried to work overtime to get Hurkacz to reset. Just calm down. Get back to playing his own game style. Play
15 love.
Play more within himself and back his strengths.
Love.
I have to say, guys, as well, that the context of this this tie, you know, Team Poland, they're capable of going far in this event, but could be an upset on the cards here if Bublik were to win this one. He's a dangerous player should it go to a deciding mixed doubles.
Game.
Yeah.
Team Kazakhstan.
Team Kazakhstan holding their break. You're quite right. This is a very pivotal match. Just a reminder, you can see bottom right of your screen, Poland and Kazakhstan have both won a rubber in this best-of-5 tie. So this is a very pivotal match. 2-1 up or 2-1 down.
You would expect Poland go in as heavy favourites in the women's singles, the 2 against 2 player. But if you get it to a mixed doubles, it's a shootout. I mean, Bublik can put the saver. You'd expect maybe Swiatek to step in and play the mixed. It's exciting.
Doesn't seem to be prepared to expend total energy at the moment on Hurkacz's serve. It seems as if he's saving himself. Bublik has an opportunity at 4-3 in the second set, if he can keep holding serve, to tie this contest up. So we've been south of Brisbane, now we're going north of Brisbane. The Great Barrier Reef, one of the 7 wonders of the natural world, 2,300 kilometres in length. It starts from Bundaberg and runs right up to the tip of Cape York, basically, and you can see whales just cavorting everywhere, and of course so much to do on and under the water on the Great Barrier Reef. Beautiful sunsets, stretches and stretches of kilometres of beach, and really fine white sand. Spectacular. Visit if you get a chance.
Good spot to go fishing. There you catch good barramundi.
Even some marlin.
Yep.
Sun basically has set here in Brisbane. It's been a beautiful day, and we've got not so much as a beautiful match, as a match of high quality here. Lots of power. If power's your thing, well, it's beautiful. We've seen some variety as well. It's heating up. Team Kazakhstan, 4-3.
15 down. Out. 15 all. Oh. 15-30.
Needs to be a little careful here.
Fifth double fault of the match. He averages 6.5 double faults a match.
And this is where he tends to just go bigger and bigger. These pressure moments.
30 all.
He'll be just furious with himself there, Hurkacz. The return was good. That was a basic neutral backhand that looked like controlling it.
Out. Yeah, Team
And
Kazakhstan.
he's justifiably unhappy.
Team Kazakhstan leads 5 games to 3. Love 15. On.
It's a good return, isn't it? He's seeing it nicely now. Bublik, quick up the middle of the court. He needs to be careful here, Hurkacz, psychologically. Wouldn't want to lose serve twice in a set.
No, I agree with you, Jeff, and at least wants to make Bublik serve out this set, but in a way, he almost looks like he wants this set to be over. He's continuing the very strange performance mentally in this second set. Hurkacz is not like him at all.
14-30.
Takes a lead in the ace department. A couple now. Make that 3. So solving the mini crisis with some big serving. So in a moment it'll be Bublik to serve to try and tie this match up. 5-4.
5 games to 4.
So Brisbane, sun and fun, and you can access Fraser Island, Moreton Island, Stradbroke Island, just on your doorstep. 3 sand-based islands with which you can have lots of fun, including this sort of activity. Jump and find a sheet of cardboard even and slide down some of these massive sand hills. Go down there pretty quickly. There's so many options of variety close to the centre of Brisbane.
One final roll of the dice here for Hurkacz to try and get back into this set, but his opening bowl, opening serve in this set, and he's been rattled ever since.
Well, though, didn't he? Bublik, he was so disappointed, I guess is the word to use after he lost that first set, but he totally regrouped, focused on winning the first game of the second, gave it everything and was rewarded. So face painting here if you're so inclined, and again just a beautiful day here in Brisbane is just about coming to an end, but it's coming even more alive here on Pat Rafter Arena, serving for the set.
Love. On. 30-15.
Here we go.
30 all.
Just looks to me like under pressure the ball toss gets very far in front. Does go for the big flatter serves, but that one got away from him there. Couldn't get the spin on it as a result.
Yeah, that's better. When he's at full extension, it is the best, I think. That's when he's serving at his best.
40-30.
Set point. Bublik is not going to rush. Tailing down. He'd like one more bazooka here. Well, he's done a very, very fine job. Alexander Bublik, he's tied this match up. We're going the distance, 1 set all after 1 hour and 34 minutes.
1 set all.
I think he deserves some kudos. Bublik, he's playing for his country. I think that's very much front and center of his mind. He wasn't going to go away, having been so frustrated about losing that first set. He's done a great job.
Yeah, he got better as the match went on. Just one or two small lapses in the opening first set tiebreak, but outside of that, he's been excellent, really.
Both players going for a change of shirt. Deservedly so. They gave everything as we have a look at some of these stats, Josh.
Yeah, the one that's really hurt Hurkacz there is the first serve percentage. Early in that second set, he just could not find his first serve, and that's what he did so brilliantly in the first set. He served with accuracy so close to the lines, and he lost that first serve just momentarily, and that was enough. Bublik pounced, got the break early, and there wasn't much in it outside of that. I think the unforced errors were, again, a little high for Hurkacz. He was frustrated, which we don't often see from Hurkacz, but it's a 1-set shootout now. Time for both guys to reset. As we take a look at some of these highlights, it was... Yeah, that's the break, isn't it? That was the early break in that second set, and Hurkacz had chances to break back, just wasn't able to pull the trigger on the actual break points.
I guess the only question really is physically, and we've seen Bublik with that pressure bandage on his left calf, suggesting he's got, you know, some sort of little niggle.
Oh, I just think there's some different tactical changes there. Return stance for me was the big one. It really was quite noticeable. And in that second set, have a look here, Bublik. He was on the back fence a lot in that first set. He was trying to break the rhythm of Hurkacz serve by standing so deep, but this is a really good stat, and you can see how much closer Bublik was to the baseline to return. And when you do that, you cut angle down, take time away as well. So that was just a good tactical awareness, I thought, from Bublik, and a guy who actually does return pretty well, especially off the backhand side. So let's just see how that plays out as this final set goes to air.
Yeah, agreed with you. Good point.
Final set. Team Poland to serve.
Okay, third set. Here we go.
Colin, you're sitting right next to the coach there, and Craig Boynton. What do you think the message is to Hurkacz?
Well, he was looking pretty frustrated there at the set break. Hurkacz was obviously off the court, so nothing he could say. I'm sure the message will have been to, you know, just give himself a shake and you know, find the sort of competitive spirit again. Just was lacking a little in the second set. I think the first few games will tell us a lot here about whether Hurkacz has been able to do that when he left the court. There's definitely a potential upset brewing here.
Yeah, just need to really come out with good energy. That's something you can control. You know, you may not be able to control how your opponent's serving to you, but you can control your emotions, your energy, your effort.
That's the sort of start that Hurkacz and his coach would be pleased with. Full of intent, it seemed.
It's likely this will come down. It'll be 1 or 2 shots like it always is with these types of matches with two big servers, and you have to be in the right frame of mind to capitalise on that.
Yeah, and it's one of those scenarios, I think, where, you know, why is he frustrated? Well, it's because he's not playing as well as he wants to. We talked about the unforced errors, and yeah, his game probably just isn't where he wants it to be. But we're now, I think, in the realm where the frustration is you know, deepening that problem, and he needs to just shake himself off, get the intensity, get the feet going again, and I think that will actually take care of some of these errors and raise the level in itself.
That's the one where he just pulls down, the left arm just collapses a little quick, needs to stay up, drags that into the net.
(30-15).
Hurkacz's return for me, guys, I always feel could be slightly better than it is. He does something quite interesting I've noticed here with the racket just before the server makes contact. Quite unusual. You just keep an eye on his racket prior to Bublik making contact. He just drops the head, dips it down, and seems to just make things a bit more complicated.
Well, Bublik serving is making things more complicated as well. It's fearsome. His second serve's been in the main, standing up rather well.
One game off.
It was an interesting point you made, though, Colin. He does seem to drop the racket, as you said, just below what might be the flight of the ball, so therefore he's got to lift it up prior to the ball's arrival, so it's an extra time frame.
Especially against a server like Bublik, you know, they send them down from a great height. We'll have a look at that maybe in the next Bublik service game.
You're earning your money today, Colin.
I'm on it. I'm on it, guys. I've had my espresso.
Great stuff.
No such thing as jet lag.
Pretty. I think what amazes me so often these days, these guys are just under 200 centimeters tall, but they're really good movers, and it's not easy to be an efficient mover when that big, but they obviously do the work. They're flexible. Gets down low. And got to the net quickly.
$15 all. $30-15.
Well, lacked a little feel.
Well, I think he was looking as if Bublik was not going to be invested in the point, or maybe it was a double fault, and he almost looked as if the point was over. I'm not sure what he was thinking.
Good response.
40-30.
Cracking up the extra kilometres an hour there and jogging to the team zone. He's fired up. Hurkacz, 2-1. This is the home of Josh Eagle and wife Barbara, the Sunshine Coast. Just an hour's gentle drive north of Brisbane. Some equally magnificent beaches, as we've seen on the Gold Coast. Lots of opportunities. Got the National Park there as well. We've got the green behind the gold. And of course, opportunities to be on the water with so many different options. Fabulous place to be again, just within an hour's drive of the capital city of Brisbane.
It's a good spot, Jeff.
Josh, I really feel for you, mate. You're slumming it there.
I'm battling away. Someone's got to do it.
You hang in there, mate.
I will.
He's hanging in. He looks a little bit more fired up, and you guys have spoken quite rightly about his disappointment. And sometimes when he gets disappointed, he gets flat rather than getting positive anger. He gets a little bit of negative anger, and I think we know how important it is to be positive and fired up and energized. So you can't get in a funk.
Time.
Got to remember, Hurkacz hasn't played a match for a little while. I think that's. I know it's a short off season in tennis, but
Thank you.
I just think he's lacked a bit of rhythm and match play. You can play
15 love.
practice matches or exhibitions, but a live match is just so invaluable.
39.
Let's have a look at, there's the dropping of the racket of which Colin was speaking just before the serve comes his way, and Colin's point is that it takes time away from his option or his ability.
Extra movement, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard enough as it is to time the return facing a serve like Bublik, but there's an example. You know, that second serve's getting up shoulder height and above, so when you're dropping the racket and then having to pick it up so far, I just think that adds an extra layer of difficulty.
Team Kazakhstan.
He's not making a lot of headway at the moment. Hurkacz on the Bublik serve.
2 games all.
Yes, just not clean. He's not confident on return. He's just not getting that ball into play, which means he can't create any pressure. It's fair to say Bublik probably looking better at this stage of the third set.
Love 15.
First serve percentage is dropping in this set.
15 all.
55% first serves into play prior to that serve. In the first set he was serving high 70%.
Steady 15.
He's been going inside in on that forehand. This time just goes inside out, which is not his natural shape of shot. He likes to hook it.
Well, hadn't been serving many first serves in, but solved the problem quickly there from 15-30. 3 good first serves. Okay, just 3-2. Get up to places like Mount Cootha, where television stations are, and oversee the city. Lots of activities around Brisbane that you can partake of. We've spoken often, those of us in this position, about the benefit of serving first in a set. Are we still giving credence to that?
I know there is, there's with all the data and information, I'm not so sure it will come back and go, yes, you tend to win that third set more if you serve first, but it feels like that when you're a player. You're out there, and if you're not serving first and you're down 3-2, for example, you always feel like you're behind. So that creates stress, there's no doubt about it.
Okay, stress is building for both of these players now, playing for their countries. This is the third rubber of this best-of-5 set, best-of-5 rubber tie. So important for both countries to get a win here on serve in set number 3.
Lap 15.
He's looking like he's ready to pounce here, Hurkacz.
I like it when he takes that ball early.
Oh, he's made it. It's courage.
It's an unbelievable strike of the ball on the forehand side. At 30 all, quite often we see him go even bigger when the pressure's on. Great effort from Love 30.
Yeah. Terrific stuff. And that forehand down the line, as you said, at 30 all, Josh, it was
3 games all.
A pressure shot. It needed to be made. He backed himself.
Love.
That's improved. The inside-out forehand has definitely improved as this match has gone on. It's looking clean.
Yeah, this is much better from Hurkacz now. He's dialed back into the match and dangerous. Quite literally dangerous. He nearly killed Bublik there with that first serve.
Well, then he missed the easy. Oh, has he missed the easy?
No, he's made it.
Gee, that looked like it was long. Bublik thought it was as well. It's a bit bemused. Oh, look at that. It's surprised us all. Showing off their respective field shots. Little half volley angle from Hurkacz. They're invested now completely. 4-3, Team Poland.
Poland leads points to 3.
So Brisbane beaches, calling them beaches, they're actually islands. So Moreton Island and Tangalooma Rex as well. Great diving spot, beautiful light blue water, as you can tell. Wonderful place to go diving and snorkeling.
Great for a day trip.
Yeah,
Really is. It's easy to access these islands just from Brisbane.
Let's have a look at this last point. This is the half volley angled drop shot, and he gives a body head fake here. It looks as if he wants to go cross court. At the last minute flicks it down the line, but wasn't fooling Hurkacz with that little ploy. A little smile from both of them, and it's a mutual respect. Lovely. The point that you guys made earlier was that Bublik had the advantage in some sense because he'd already played a match. And I think that was obvious. He was trying to get a little bit more convincingly and consistently early in the match than was Hurkacz, who seems as if he's now found his range. So business end of this match, and certainly it's evenly poised. Bublik for Team Kazakhstan, 3-4.
Love 15.
Big push here from Hurkacz. Got the first point. That's a real confidence booster when you're returning against a big server. That early point. Second serve here. Geez, good stuff, isn't it? He held this for so long until Hurkacz at the net pushed back to the middle to cover the middle. It's not a bad little push here. He pushes it long. He just held it, That has had to have hit the absolute outside of the line.
Well, he curled it as well, didn't he? Hit the outside of the ball, curled it from right to left.
No,
magnificent.
30-15.
It was at this point last service game, 30-all, came up with a fabulous forehand. What's he got for us here, Bublik?
At least he's taken some time here. He's gone to the towel. I like that. Clear his thoughts. Amazing how stress affects players differently.
Well, the previous attempt to a short, sliced angle forehand, which was a poor choice, may just be his undoing. Break point here now for Team Poland. Beautifully played. That was not up. Beautifully played. Courage. Feel under stress.
Deuce.
This is really good stuff, you know. The point before, it's completely different, but this is so solid and shows what he really is capable of.
And again, not rushing. He's going to need to rush here at the end. He's got 9 seconds left with which to deliver this serve. Well, the quality is at an extreme level now. We're seeing some wonderful tennis.
Yeah, fabulous tennis, and that's the second serve I'd like to see more from Bublik in these pressure moments. Ball toss not too far in front, plenty of margin, and that just lets him get into the point, use his skill set, and he really is a talented player.
Well, it was a little slow to boil this match, potentially. Lots of big serving in the first set. And now both players very much playing at their peak. What an arm wrestle. 3-4 deuce. Pressure is huge. Big men stretching, defending, giving everything for their respective countries.
Advantage Team Poland.
He's had one great point early in this game. It's break point number 2 here for Hurkacz. He has got better as this set has gone on. It's been clean. He's just looking for one clean strike here.
Oh. Ace number 15 for the match.
Deuce.
Calling that an opportune moment. Well, it started with a 212-kilometre-an-hour second serve. And even that was not enough to get by Hurkacz. And brought a smile to Mr. Radwanski's face as well.
I expect the unexpected from Alexander Bublik. That was just outrageous, that second serve. 212 kilometres an hour.
Not up was the call. What an outrageously talented half volley from Hurkacz. He was not going to be denied in that game. He breaks.
Well, this match has just got better and better as we have gone along, and that is a stunning point from Hurkacz. And now a chance for Team Poland to take the lead in this tie.
Well, the first serve percentage dropped a little early in this third set, but since then it's been elevated. Those serves are almost unplayable. Serving out a set or a match for most people is a difficult ask. Hurkacz, not so it seems. 3 match points. Oh, thank you very much. Terrific match, gentlemen. In the end, it's Hurkacz for Team Poland in 3 sets.
6-3.
He absolutely had it all. It was incredible. Great stuff. Alexander Bublik, he's played 2 good matches here in Brisbane. He's lost to Wawrinka and now loses to Hubert Hurkacz, and that was incredible. He's played well, but take nothing away. This man, Hurkacz, is top 10 in the world, and he has shown us why. That was a great third set display from Hubert Hurkacz. He really lifted when he needed to and played the big points exceptionally well.
This is what it's about, the United Cup. They're all there to support him. All the Polish teammates have been there from the very first ball. Iga Świątek was there front and center supporting her teammate. And big smiles now for Team Poland.
It's almost relief, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And a well-deserved round of applause. Big applause for this man.
Yeah, not only did he play well, but he's been captaining the team and has done a brilliant job of that. He's really tried to lead the way, and he'll take a lot away from these couple of matches, I'm sure. Expect good things. He's played well.
Indeed. Well, this was a match point. Beautiful action. Fabulous serve. It took him to the winner's position, and that winner's position is now with Colin.
Hubert, huge congratulations. An amazing match, an amazing finish to the match. The tie was very tightly poised, 1 match each after the previous 2 singles, so the pressure was on. You must be delighted to come through.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it was a lot of fun to play against Sasha. I think the quality was really high. I mean, it's first match of the new year on the first, so that was pretty good. So I'm really happy with the quality, and it was definitely a fun match. And you know, especially was a lot of fun to play in front of such a great crowd. I've never been to Brisbane. I really love it here. So thanks, guys, for coming.
Yeah, you mentioned it was a very high-level match, and it was your first of the season. I'm just wondering, how would you assess your performance overall? Looked maybe a little bit up and down. You looked frustrated in the second set, but you must be delighted the way you finished.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. You know, it's always a little bit of a question mark. You play the first match of the year, so definitely happy the way I started. The first set was, you know, really like 1 point separate each of us, and then the second set I started maybe a little bit slow. I lost my rhythm on serve, and then, you know, I was just trying to get back to the game, and yeah, just happy with the performance of a really good experience, and yeah, I mean, great.
And you mentioned the crowd as well. You know, a match, as you say, came down to a point here or there. How much does it help to have so many Polish fans inside the Pat Rafter Arena this evening?
No, it was great. I mean, you know, the Polish fans and all the fans here were really amazing, and playing with, well, the team is gone now, but you know, having the team out there and play for the country, it's really amazing. And yeah, I also wanted to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and you know, hopefully you guys had a great time. So Happy New Year, guys, and all the best.
Happy New Year indeed. Well, listen, the tie's 2-1 now. We may still see you back here for potentially a deciding mixed doubles, who knows, but for now, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys, for coming. Happy New Year for everyone.
Well, he's a very happy fellow all around, isn't he? And already regarded by his peers as being a lovely man, and I think that was on display there. He's well excited with his performance as well, and why wouldn't he be, Josh? He just got better. He was, you know, he was hanging in with his serve in the first set, got a little disappointed in the second, but the third, we saw a man who's a top 10 player in full tilt, I think.
I think he's relieved. He alluded to it in the interview that he's got his team right behind him, and that's stressful, and there was a lot of pressure there, and I think there's a fair bit of release and release of emotion after that great win, and he really is overjoyed.
Got to throw his arm out.
Yeah, well, he needs to protect that serving arm. That's what won him that match in the end. He said he lost rhythm in that second set a little bit, which he did. It was good awareness, and he was able to get it back on track. First serve percentage from both guys up over the 60%, which is decent, that's for sure. But the points won, no surprise. 90% of points won on that first serve for Hurkacz. Unforced error is a little high there for Hurkacz. That's something I think he'll want to work on the practice court, and work out why he was missing quite as much from the baseline. But look, overall, that really was a high-class match in the end. It was really only separated by 1 or 2 shots and 1 or 2 points, but in the end, boy, I was really impressed with how Hurkacz finished.
It was an important rubber for Poland, and in the end, that man Hurkacz got the job done over Alexander Bublik in 3 sets, 7-6, 4-6, 6-3.